guys. Thank you for being here. And we are going to, as we spoke about collaborating the SEL with the visual arts to help the students with behavioral issues. We are going to discuss, some norms between us and the way forward for the students. All right, so today's agenda, all right, so those are yours. I will email them. If we make any corrections, suggestions, I'll just add it to it and then email you so that you can have those as your own record as well. All right, so thanks again for being here. All right, so today's norm, we're going to look at the norm that I have here. I have 3. So we're going to stay student focused, or student centered, and solution focused. So we're going to focus basically on the students with the behavioral issues. Listen respectful. Yeah, I know we don't have problem with that. And assume positive intent. We're going to use data to reflect and guide our decisions as we go along. Because we have here our 2 guidance counselors and our wonderful behavior specialists. So, all right, and then we're going to look at our SMART goals. I have SMART goals right here. It's not carved in stone, so we can change if we need to change or make suggestions, whatever it is. All right, any questions so far? All right, let's get into it. All right. All right, so what you're looking at right now is just the collaborative team members workout. We already went into week 1 where we discussed shortly. And so we're going to go into week 2 where we're going to identify at least Miss Wright suggested, which I actually like, the suggestion where she suggested we look at upper school and lower school, at least 6 for each. So we're going to try and identify 6 students for upper school, 6 students for lower school. And if you want to know. Yeah, and then they're in tier 2. I think we're going to focus on tier 2 first. Tier 2. First, and then as the year goes by, Miss Harvey, this will drop in your lap. And so we can add tier 3. Okay. Which, all right. So, any student suggestions so far?
Yes. Starting with the lower school, I thought about I meet with her frequently. And I think it would be beneficial for her to just kind of be able to express what she's thinking about, because a lot of the time she's just kind of like bottles it up, and then it spills out when she's in class or with her peers and things like that. But she does have quite a few, I guess, things that are going on at home that's spilling over into school. So she would be a good one. Tyrese, that's a behavior challenge that her and Miss Kelly are having. But I think he would really benefit from art therapy and some SEL. First grade, I'm thinking with him he might need some sort of stimulation other than just being in the classroom. We're trying to find things that he likes at school so that he is able to, participate more. Another student I think would benefit from expression in art form. Who else did I have? Second grade. Now he's tier 3, so I might want to rethink that.
Okay.
But yeah, and then a lot of the second graders are tier 3 when it comes to behavior.
Oh, yeah.
So I would say another tier 3 behavior, but I think they would really benefit. Maybe sometime down the line though, we may have to rethink. But I think she would be another good one as well. I don't know.
Who was the first one?
Oh, she actually doesn't have any RTI, so she's already good.
Oh, she don't have any?
Doesn't have a,
Okay.
but just, so she's not in the system as having RTI, but she should. Oh, so that is
Oh,
the
oh,
lower
I'm
school.
kidding, I'm kidding.
So those are my lower school suggestions. But again, for second grade, no, we had second grade, right? I think she would benefit from it.
Okay. Okay. So that's our 6, for lower school, upper school. All right.
You're doing great.
What time we have? What time we have?
11:30.
So, right here is the lessons that we're gonna incorporate in, the activities, right? If there is anything that you think needs to change, just let me know. Alright, so the theme is there, where the SEL alignment is also there, so this is where you guys will come in, the counselors, the self-awareness, self-management, where we can have that discussion, but the discussion will be done when the artwork is completed. And then, so that they can give them the chance to speak about their work, where they can, actually shine a little bit and feel confident, because that's how they will change behavior. Because that's what they're not the confident of. They just feel like they don't know anything or they can't do anything. So this is the time that we can incorporate discussions with the self-awareness, self-management, and anything else that you all are professionals in that area. You can discuss in that way. But for Miss, my lovely behavior specialist, she will focus on the data in the classroom and anything else, as in, hold on, let me, progress monitoring, right, that is it. So I need to give you a copy of this one too, the progress monitoring and the tools that will be used. I have some tools right here. You might have them already, but it's just to say, it's not in your document right here. So just to say what you don't have. And because we are aligning visual arts, so these would be the best tools to use, whether within the classroom, just to observe them, and in the art room as well while you work. So I don't know if you want to add checklist to it.
Yeah, I can do the, can I write
Yeah, you can.
the check-in, check-out. It follows them throughout the day.
Okay.
This might be a little taxing because they take a lot of time to do, frequency to do?
Okay.
But
okay.
this will be more of a snapshot. These type of like checklists, and even these, like when I pull them to, if they do tend to have some behavior issues, have them self-reflect.
Oh, this part will go into their assignments.
Okay.
So that's the time when they will be able to express
What happened? What went wrong? What can you
their
fix?
work and
Okay.
how the work relate to how they're feeling.
Okay.
Right. So this links with the artwork actually.
Yeah.
All right. So you will get a copy of this as well, so that you can remember what we're working on. All right.
When's the start date?
Next week.
Nice.
Yeah, we're doing next week.
Are you excited?
Yes, I am. You know why? Because this is actually something that I love to do.
Good.
So,
Do you have the times that it will start?
right, good. So the only time I can work with them is between 12:15 to 1:15. So, but I can pull them. that would have to be you guys, because if I do, the teachers will think that I just need them to complete artworks.
Okay.
But if you do it, it has more weight.
So should we,
I'm good.
You get what
I know
you
what
know
you're
it.
trying to
Right,
say.
right.
should we, create maybe like a roster
Yeah.
so we can keep track of who's here, who's absent, sort of thing?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll do that.
because then that will also help with the data to see how long they've been in it and why it didn't work and why it worked.
Mhm. So both, classes, so upper grades and lower grades will go between this time period?
Yeah, but
Or like different
I
days?
can do one day for upper grade, the next day for lower grade, and yeah.
How many days a week?
But the days will be about 3 days, because each work will take approximately around that time. It should complete in one, but I know my students, they will complete it in one, so
In one day or 1 week?
one day.
Okay.
But 3 days can work. So each assignment here is 3 days. So we're looking at, we can look at my alphabets.
You okay?
Yeah, I will be okay, but my students will not be. So we can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
But starting next week, we'll be out of the building on Monday and Tuesday. Just letting you know.
You will be out? Oh, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just I will be working with them at that time, and then if while we're working, if you guys want to drop in while we're working, that's fine.
Okay.
And to ask them questions while they're working, that is great. So that they see it's a team working together, and we do concern about their behavior and their goals and how it will help them. So it will be good for you, drop in when they're working, just to see what they're doing. Okay.
I did have a question.
Mhm.
So, what will the start of the session look like? Like, will it start with like a check-in, like emotions check-in?
Yeah, we can start with that where you guys can come in, and we are going to let them know what the collaboration is about, and based off their documents that you have, you can know where they're at, where their emotions are, our concerns are. So from there we can take our, based on the specialist here, documents, and then we can say, all right, so John was here, and then while working, you can take the improvement if there is during the class periods.
Got it. Okay.
All right, so these 6 components right here is okay, right? Yeah? I hope so. The color. I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Alright, so with that said, wrapping up committee. Here, I know I should have printed more, but here is the SMART goal for the month. I don't know if I want to change it. By the end of the month, 13 students participated in target art-based SEL support. Will demonstrate a measurable decrease in behavioral incidents, minimum 10% reduction. We're starting low, and to see how this, we can get some more. Based on the MTSS progress monitoring data, students' reflection collected as evidence, classroom observation checklists, or behavioral track tools, whatever tools we're gonna use, and refer logs. Is there anything that we need to change out?
Well, if the names have to reflect this,
Mm-hmm.
some of them are not
Okay,
here.
some of
So
them,
do,
take to 3? Okay,
Well-
we can add in,
we can add some more
2.
identifiers
Yeah,
so that
2 and
those
3.
kids can still qualify for
we
that.
can add 2 and 3.
And then if that's the case, it's
You wouldn't be able to do
right,
Okay,
cause he's already been identified.
it. Right.
okay.
So we'll look into,
We
if
can-
you can add that,
Mhm.
then that's fine. And then, just a collection of these things, so it's not solely based off of this.
Right.
We can just, okay,
Right.
cause it's like pulling teeth getting them to
Mm-hmm.
complete that part. So I was just gonna have like a folder of, check-in, check-outs or behavior trackers for those kids.
Yeah, that can
and
work.
ask the teachers to keep up with it, but I know I'll have to like,
Yeah, that would go.
or I can go in and check in daily and just
Okay.
get the notes.
Okay.
That way it's done. But yeah, other than that, I think
It's done? Alright. So with that said, any more questions, Mr. P?
That's good.
Alright.
and you'll send a copy of.
Yeah, I'm gonna, fix everything that we said right here.
Just breathe through it, you're doing
And
great.
then- Thank